There are a lot of people who are trying to leave their jobs to become content creators. You see it all the time. People online are trying to make it seem like, you're going to make a lot of money becoming a content creator. And I'm talking specifically about UGC today. UGC is user generated content where brands will pay regular people like you and I to make videos talking about their products or their services, right? A lot of brands are realizing that they don't want to have a celebrity on their ads, on their videos, because if you know it's a celebrity, right, you clearly know they're being paid. But as a UGC creator, if you have the skill to make it seem like the video where you're selling their product is not salesy, but it just sounds genuine, like you genuinely care about the product, right? If you're selling sunglasses, right, you want to show those sunglasses like you use it every day. It provides so much value to me, right? And in your video, hopefully they get sales, because if you get a lot of sales, right? If your videos convert really well, brands will pick up on that, and you can make a lot of really good deals with those brands if you can convert. And you don't even have to convert really well either, because a lot of brands just want volume. They want content. They want to get their product to as many faces as possible. People quit, right? People who get into UGC, they leave pretty early because they realize it's a lot harder than you think, right? You have to show up. You can't just, reach out to a couple of brands and maybe have like a video or two and think you're gonna get all these clients or companies reaching out to you, right? You need to have, first of all, really good communication, and you also need to have a really good portfolio. So there's different UGC sites, and some of them actually require a certain amount of posts to have. So for example, right, one of my favorite UGC sites is called Join Brands, and to be able to post your UGC videos, let's say on Instagram or TikTok, right, you need to have at least 50 posts. There's some of them where you just need to have content just in general, right? So there's one called Kale where even restaurants, right, they'll pay you to go and just eat food or even a product from a store, right? Like brands like Old Spice or Head and Shoulders, right? They're on there and they'll pay you. It's not a lot, like 10, $15 for video. It takes you 10 minutes. You'll get paid. That's not horrible. But then even on Join Brands, right, you can get paid between $15 to $100, and you can negotiate too. Having a portfolio is so important because, like I said, you need to have proof, right? You need to have a really good skill of just not sounding salesy. If you sound salesy, that doesn't look good at all. Again, you don't need the greatest equipment. You actually having a phone, just a phone, not even in 4K, that's almost better because it sounds genuine, right? If I'm the brand, right, trying to sell those shades, and I'm looking for UGC creators, like I was saying before, I want people to just sound real, like they actually really like these sunglasses. The second thing is communication, right? So you have all these brands, and depending on the app, you might have to apply for a job. So really, they're looking at your portfolio. But if you're doing UGC, you got to think outside the box. And this is where it's really important. You need to go reach out to these brands. And the way to find them, I noticed, is you need to look at other UGC creators. You're eventually going to start to build an eye of what videos are UGC or maybe which ones are just someone just talking about a product in general they like. But like a lot of times people are really just being paid for it, right? If you see products online, someone's talking about it, I'd say 90% of the time there's some deal going on, and it's mostly going to be positive about it, even though it's probably really a garbage product. Like, even an example, if you are a TikTok shop affiliate, you have to make a video about the product, and most of the time people aren't going to talk bad about it. So there could be like a fruit drink, right, and it tastes terrible. The video, the guy who has to make, they're just gonna make it sound like it's the best thing in the world, but it's again, it's gross. And even on TikTok Shop, you can find really good deals. And that's something I do want to go over in another video. But what I was saying is, you can go on, let's say on TikTok, you can go on Instagram, right? And you see a creator talking about a certain product, well, there's a good chance that brand might be looking for more creators, right? If you've seen multiple creators too hopping on one product, there might be room for you. So that's what you can do. You can research all these companies, reach out to them, and what's really nice is if you actually build a really good relationship with them, you can get monthly retainers. So maybe you can do 30 videos a month, so one a day, right? And you can charge 500, 600, 1,000 a month for this, right? And again, retainers, you kind of have to have that proof a little bit that you can sell, but some companies don't. They just want content out. So that's what's really good about that. And it's really just negotiating, building those relationships, getting to know the brands, and helping others, providing value at the end of the day. It's not always about you. You got to think about them. How can I help them out with getting the sales? Because that's what they want. Another thing, too, there's a big problem is a lot of people online, once you start looking up ways to make money, because people are going to start to sell you courses, don't fall for that. Do not sign up for a course, right? Because how I was saying before, these people that are doing the courses, they're making money off the course. They're not making money doing the UGC, right? Because they're trying to sell you an idea or a dream, because it's really hard, right? If you're selling on TikTok, if you're selling on Amazon, they make it seem like if you join their course, you're going to be successful, which isn't true. They might teach you a little bit, but you can find everything on YouTube. It doesn't matter. You can find it all on YouTube, Instagram, and even the people in these courses who are selling the courses, it's like they're just straight up lying most of the time. Some of them can be legit. I'm not saying they're not, but you don't want to join that. And another thing too is, right, if you're doing UGC, some of these courses might say like, hey, we're gonna find you the brands so it's easier. Well, that's where I was saying before. You don't need to pay thousands of dollars to get in a course just for them to find those brands. Just look at other people succeeding at UGC and contact the brands directly. I think most people don't think about that, but that's probably what the companies are doing anyways, who are selling the courses. Those people, like, how else are they finding these brands? You just have to build connections. You have to get to know people. Talking to people is one of the most important things. And obviously your portfolio is important. If you don't have a portfolio, then, well, what do you have to show? So those are probably one of the most important things you definitely want to look after. And like I said, I would start with something like Join Brands, because you can build your portfolio up. Try joining TikTok Shop. You do need 5,000 followers to get into TikTok Shop, but again, there's an easy way to get into it, which it does cost a bit of money if you want to put ads, but what you can do is just basically ask for followers in some way. Just take a picture of one of your pets and just say, hey, help my pet lizard, help my pet dog out. I'm trying to get this many followers. That's what I did, at least. I don't know if that still works today, so I'm not guaranteeing anything. But it took me like 2 weeks, and I was already in. And they have something called a pilot program, which you need 1,000 followers for to get in, which you're a bit limited, but I think they freed it up where you can make more content. And I think the most important thing is you just got to think outside the box when it comes to content creation, because how I was saying in the beginning, a lot of people do fail it, and a lot of people, they don't make as much money as you think, right? Like people on TikTok, right, selling, they're not doing that as well as you think. Like most of the creators literally aren't making a lot. Like even making a couple $100s a month is fantastic on TikTok Shop. Even UGC, right? Even a couple $100s, that's really good. Like really get that in. Like most people quit. Most people don't do as well as you think. And it's not hard to get clients. You just have to show up. You have to just put out content, grind, right? You just have to reach out. It's just like any business. You have to treat it like a business. Show up, talk to these companies, make really good deals, contact other creators, get to know them, because people are willing to help each other out. more than you think. Like, you're not alone on this. And again, you don't need to join a course. If someone ever says, sends an affiliate or sends a, let's say, a link, tells you to reach out to someone for support to join the course, they're just making, they're making commission off you, right? Like, if I'm selling a course and I have people in my club, I would pay, like, basically what I would be doing is I'd be paying the people in my course a commission to get people into my course. And people do that in sales. I'm pretty sure people do that in solar, but you don't need it. You don't. Again, I'm not saying there's every course is bad. I think there are some people who are really successful, but if someone shares all the secrets, right? If they share all those secrets, like if I'm selling an item online, let's say I'm selling an item on Amazon, for example, right? I don't want to tell 50 other people what I'm selling, because then I'm not going to get as much money as I did if it was just me. So you just got to look out and be careful out there. The scams are insane. And I know some of the topics I said were kind of outside UGC, but a lot of it does relate. And if you're getting started, again, how I just said before, join brands is really good. Kale is a great start. You're not going to make a lot on Kale, but it's pretty easy to get in. Just build your account. Get to know the camera. Just practice talking on camera. It's difficult. I'm already struggling enough making this video. Build your connections. Just all of that, and you'll be fine. And you just have to keep going. And yeah, so if you enjoyed the video, I ask you to subscribe, and thank you so much.